Okay, Saxon 3 math class. We are ready for our very first lesson of the year. It's entitled Months and Years, and we're going to talk about the calendar. So right now we are on page 8 in our book, and we are looking at the months and years chart. And we've made our own on our whiteboard. And this table shows the months of the year in order, and it also shows, it's going to show, the days in each month, okay? A common year is 365 days long. How many of you guys have watched the Disney Channel? It says Disney 365. That means you can watch the Disney Channel every day of the year, 365 days of the year. And so that's the way to remember how many days are in a year. But a leap year, and this year was a leap year, you guys. This was so cool. It has 366 days. That's how many extra? Just one extra, isn't it? Because a common year, Gabriel, is 365 days, but a leap year is 366 days. That's just one more, and it was added to February. Okay, now I love this little rhyme, and I still say it to myself when I'm fixing my calendar for the next month for the classroom to know how far to number it, Braden. It says 30 days, half September, April, June, and November. And that's really all you have to remember. The rest of the rhyme goes, let me start at the beginning again. 30 days, half September, April, June, and November. All the rest have 31, except for February alone, and it has 28. Unless it's a leap year and it has 29. Okay, so let's use that rhyme to fill in our chart. We're going to start and say 30 days, half September. So I'm going to write 30 here. April, June, and November. All the rest have 31 except for February. And what should I put here? 28. Unless it's a leap year, and then I would write 29. So what do I fill in for January? 31, 31, 31. My pen has a rough time keeping up with me. I go so fast. 31. Fabulous, you guys. So remember, 30 days, half September, April, June, and November. And then you'll know, oh, the one I need to know is not in that first little list. So it must have 31, unless you're talking about what month? February, and it has 28. Is anybody's birthday on February 28th? Are you serious? That is just the coolest birthday in the universe. Okay, let me hit pause. We can write the days several different ways, or the date several different ways. Usually we name the month first, and then the day, and then the year. For example, look here. This one says July 4th. Then we put in a comma because there's a little pause when you read it. 1776. That was the date that the Declaration of Independence was signed. How cool is that? But if we read it together and we come to this comma, we're going to pause just a little bit. Are you ready? July 4th, 1776. Did you hear that little bitty pause? We didn't stop. We kind of slowed down. Okay. We can also write it what I call the short date, okay, which is what we've been doing on our assignment sheet. But we're going to do this one and put it in the short date. Who remembers what month July is? Well, let's count. January, February, March, April, May, June, July. It's the 7th. Very good, Gabriel. And you can either do a big slash mark like this, and then your day, the 4th, another slash mark, and we go ahead and put all 4 digits of the year. Sometimes you'll see me do this, just a little dash. It's faster for me, so that's why I like that one. But know that this means the very same thing, okay? Now, it says we can also kind of spell it out. When I talk about July 4th, I usually say the 4th of July, okay? And here's how you would write that. You would have to spell out the word 4th. 4th of July, and I still have to do a comma, 1776, because I still pause there when I say it. Let's try it. Ready? 4th of July, 1776. Excellent, you guys. Now we're going to take a look at the calendar. A monthly calendar is a chart that relates the days of the month to the days of the week. And we talked about that a calendar has 7 columns. We actually paused this and we used our table tool to do the 7 columns and one for each day of the week. It has 6 rows for the weeks. And not all of the rows are filled with numbers sometimes, okay? So we're going to look at what it is right now. It's August 2012. The one in your book is July 2006, okay? What day of the week did I put the 1 on our classroom calendar? Raise your hand if you can see it. Cadence. What day of the week is my 1 on? Wednesday. So guess what? Underneath the W, I get to put my 1. Now, it's August, so think about our rhyme. 30 days hath September, April, June, and November. Did I say August? I didn't, so it has how many? 31. Yes, I have to number all the way to 31. And I love a calendar because you can do some multiples of 7 with it. It's really cool. I'm almost there. Oops. All right, am I finished? Oh, good. I have to go how far? One more. Good. So let me ask you a trick question here. In our next month, when we make it to September, where do I have to start my 1? What day of the week? The next day will be a what? A Saturday. Very good. So September 1st will be on a Saturday. Lovely. Now we're going to look at example 1. So you guys turn your page. And example 1. Give me a thumbs up when you're there. Good. And I have example 1 on my board too. It says, how many days are there from the 4th of the month to the 12th of the month? And you get to use a calendar. So we're going to use our classroom calendar. Where should I start? I should start on the 4 and go to the 12, right? So here we go. If I put my finger, how many of you guys have played a board game where you have something to move? Move spaces. Okay. If I start my game piece on the 4, do I get to count the 4? No. I have to wait until I take a hop. So here we go. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. It's how many days from the 4th to the 12th? Yes, it's 8 days. But remember, your starting point, you don't get to count, okay, Gabriel? You have to wait until you take a hop. And then when you get to your destination, that tells you, and we did it, and we were 8 days from the 4th to the 12th. Now look at example 2. What date is 1 week after the 6th? Okay, so let's find our 6 on our calendar. You guys see it? What date is a whole week after the 6th? Raise your hand if you know. All you have to do is take your finger and look right underneath the 6, and it's going to be the what? The 13th. 7 more days will have gone by because a whole week is what? 7 days. So that's like doing 6 plus 7 more. And I know that 6 plus 7 is 13, because 6 plus 6 is what? 12 plus 1 more. Yeah, that's how I think of 6 plus 7, like a doubles plus 1. Excellent. Now let's look at our lesson practice. Oh, wait a minute. There's a harder problem right here. Are you ready for the harder problem? It says, what date is 2 weeks after the 10th? So find the 10th. Look down 2 weeks. Everybody, what's the answer? 24. Looky here. Start at the 10th and go down, down, and you've got the 24th. Yes, very good. Now let's look at lesson practice. And the A. Everybody touch the A. Repeat aloud the rhyme that tells the months that have 30 days. Here we go. 30 days hath September, April, June, and November. Now let's look at B. On which day of the week did this month begin? And Cadence answered that for us a minute ago. It was what? Wednesday. Very good. Look at C. How many days are there in this month? Everybody. 31. Very good. Look at D. On which day of the week will this month end? Raise your hand if you know. What day of the week will this month end? Friday. Very good. Look at E. How many rows did we need for the calendar this month? This is the first row, but some of them were blank, weren't they? We needed 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. We needed 5 rows this month, okay? How many columns did we need? How many did we say? 7, because there's 7 days in the week. Very good. Now, let's talk about leap year again. Raise your hand if you remember how many days are in a leap year. Braden. If a regular year has 365, a leap year has one more than that. 366. Okay. Look at H. What month is the 10th month of the year? I know because my birthday's in this month. 10th month. Well, August is the 8th month, right? So we need to think how many more. Very good, Cadence. We thought 2 more. So August, September, October is the 10th month. Fabulous. And let's see, H. Okay, look at I. How many months have 31 days? Well, we know there are how many months in the whole year? 12, okay? Now, 30 days hath September, April, June, and November. We know that February has 28, so that takes up 5 months. How many are left? 12. Take away the 5 is what? It's a difference of 7. Very good, I heard you. Very good. 7 months. Look at J. How many months are there from the 16th of the month through the 21st? So I'm going to put my finger on the 16. Do I get to count 16? No. And I'm going to hop until I get to the 21st. Are you ready? Help me out. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 5 days from the 16th to the 21st. And K, what date is 2 weeks after the 3rd? Here's the 3rd. We need 2 weeks after. 17th. Very good, Braden. Very good. And we are finished with our practice, and we're ready to look at the written practice for homework.